So a new report from the Bank of America now predicts that we will reach a mild recession in the second half of the year. Analysts say high inflation and rising energy prices are fueling economic concerns. So to discuss a little bit more about this is Michael Gapen. He's the head of U.S. economics at the Bank of America. And he's also one of the researchers on this report, right?
That's right.
Okay, great. So let's talk about this. So what I was because I'm not an economics person, I always try to figure out metaphors. And I thought a mild recession reminds me of sort of like a mild case of the flu. Like you get it, you don't get it too sick, and then maybe you're reinforced so that you have a good immunity so you don't get hit with a really bad dose of the flu. Is that a good example? Is a mild recession not such a bad thing?
I think, so when I say mild recession, or what we're saying by that is we mean it's probably not as bad as the average downturn, right? So we're not talking about what the economy experienced in 2008, 2009, where we had a massive inflating of the housing sector and households and business took on a lot of leverage. When those expansions stop, they can be very painful. Here we're talking about, yes, we're likely to have some decline in activity. We're seeing some of that now. The unemployment rate may very well rise. We think it could rise a percentage point, maybe close to 5%, but that's still very low by historical standards. So yes, we're thinking likely some pain in order to get some benefit on the other side, but also we may be able to avoid it. So with a little luck, we could also avoid it. So mild by historical standards.
Okay, because when people hear the R word, they think, oh my God, layoffs and it's upheaval. This is sort of like a basic question, but can you talk about the relationship between inflation and a recession? How do these dance partners work?
Yeah, inflation is, in some ways, it's both the symptom and the cause, right? So the symptom argument is, well, it's a signal. What's wrong? There's an imbalance between supply and demand right now. Too much prolonged demand against not enough supply, prices rise. So it's a symptom of an imbalance in the economy. But at the same time, inflation can also slow things down. As you know, much of the increase in prices have been in things like food and gas and rent. And those are things households have to buy. We say demand for these is inelastic. You can't get away from these price increases. But it also means you may have less to spend elsewhere. So in some ways, prices can also slow things down. So they can be both symptoms and causes of what's happening in the economy.
This must be such an interesting time for you in terms of analyzing this sort of stuff, because you say that, you have to buy your food, so you might have to slow down elsewhere, but then people are still traveling. So people are still spending money in interesting ways that would be optional. Can we talk about the factors that got us here and whether or not we could avoid them in the future?
Sure. Well, I think you don't get inflation this high, I think, without a multitude of factors. So certainly the pandemic played its role and it gummed up global supply chains. I think we all have examples of products we wanted to buy but couldn't get our hands on and maybe had to pay more in the end. So the supply chain or the pandemic caused massive, discrete, violent changes in behavior. We also put a lot of fiscal policy into place to support households, and that kept demand elevated. And more recently, kind of an idiosyncratic, unrelated factor, Russia invades Ukraine and the West decides we want to respond and try and isolate Russia. That causes risk in global energy markets. And I think maybe the fourth thing is people like me, I think we're probably a little too complacent. Not having experienced inflation like this for decades, I think the Fed was probably caught in the same spot. So we're playing catch up a little bit. So I think a lot of factors got us to this point.
Some of them hopefully won't happen again. Some of them we might see again. Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you.